Greetings, everyone. I'm JR.
And I'm Stacie.
And we are Sparrows Under Review podcast. That's new. I hadn't done the podcast on there.
Try new things every day. Tell us what you like and what you don't like.
Right. Now, I think the problem that I've been having this summer is that this has been an animation domination summer.
Mm-hmm. It has.
Despicable Me 4, If had...
It was kind of animation, but it wasn't really.
Right.
I feel like it had animation in it. Or not even, did it?
And then Ponyo.
Yes.
Just, it seems like I can't find a good, solid movie that's not animated for myself.
Okay.
I mean, and that even spills over into my TV shows now. I'm watching different things that are animated. And we come across something from the 80s. Something that is from my childhood. And this movie that we're about to talk about, this is the Nickelodeon adaptation of Garfield.
Okay. I didn't know it was Nickelodeon.
Yes. So with this, I warn every person that's old like me, you have to take this with a grain of salt. Because you get a true backstory in this movie that we have not gotten in a proper manner. The backstory that we get, we learn about Garfield's father.
Right. But not his mama. I want to know about his mama.
And it seemed like...
I'm just sitting here thinking about that.
It just seemed,
I thought that one girl was his mama.
Right, I thought that's what I wanted her to be his mama, yeah. And just off topic, all the movies had single parent homes. It was like there's another parent, but we just don't know about him.
Right.
Because we didn't even address that in the other one. The dad was just absentee.
He was absentee, but he was working.
Right. So.
Which, still affects a 5-year-old differently, but.
Right. And that's a thing on Ponyo, so you have to just be careful with that one. All right, so here we go. Garfield, this new adaptation.
And it is titled The Garfield Movie, the 2024 animated version. This
movie has, I believe, it's Chris Pratt as the voice. So for anyone that doesn't know Chris Pratt, let's just go here and say this. He is Star-Lord from Guardians of the Galaxy. He is the main character from the Jurassic Park movies that are out now. Mm-hmm. He's the guy from Office. I mean, not Office, Parks and Recreation.
Sorry, guys, we got some interference. Hold on.
Yeah, one thing about interference, our cell phones, we can have iPads and computers open, but cell phones cannot touch our equipment or they'll do that static effect because my phone's all the way, has to be far away.
Right, mine was on the floor, so I had to kick it across the room.
Right, because they don't want us doing anything with the phones when we're using their technology.
Right.
We get you Zoom, that's cool.
Leave me alone, let me have my cell phone because I have an awful memory.
So, what I did like about the start of this movie is you get a baby Garfield. Mm-hmm. You don't get the big one that we know that eats lasagna and just crushes and devours stuff.
So, speaking of lasagna, we're going to jump around real fast. Not really jump around, but just go back to a comment you said to me earlier. This Garfield's weird. I'm used to him eating lasagna.
Right.
So it was weird. Like, I'm like you. When I think of Garfield, I think about his love for lasagna. So it was weird seeing him indulge in everything else first. I thought his first true human food would be lasagna, which led to his obsession.
And since I'm not from this generation of Garfield, the Garfield I knew, and this is crazy, he talked, but his mouth never moved.
Kind of like he was talking in his head.
Right, and that's what he used to do a lot. He used to be like, yeah, John, you an asshole, blah, 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 blah. He didn't say that, but you know.
Right, but in this movie, John understood what he was saying.
Right.
It's like he sat there and had conversations with him. And that's the one thing that got me, like I said, sorry guys, we're going to be jumping around a lot because whatever comes to my mind is just going to come out. How was every animal talking except for Odie?
Right, Odie was dumb. and this was my thing. And this is what got me about this movie and why I had to shut it down eventually. When the white cat is calling to report a crime, the lady has to get a communicator to decipher what she's saying. So I wanted to know why does she have to have something to decipher when everybody else can hear these cats and stuff talking and stuff?
Yeah.
Because, it was just like meow, meow, meow when she was on the phone. And she said, let me put the decoder up to it.
Right.
And then it said, you're going to need some help. You're going to get robbed.
Right. And I understand all of the other characters except for Odie being able to talk, because that's how it has always been, right?
Right.
Like, you could hear Garfield's thoughts or hear him talking, and Odie never talked. But introducing these other characters and allowing us to be able to hear them, which, I mean, it makes sense for the movie, but what's his name? John shouldn't be able to understand Garfield.
Unless he's got that communicator. Well. Yeah.
But they don't say that.
He don't have no communicator.
Right.
Because we only seen it with the one lady, and she put the speaker to the thing, and then it translated. So that's a little hiccup there. Just like anything that's Garfield, Mr. Davis, I think his name's Jim Davis, if I'm correct. Jim Davis, I don't know if he had any insight on this, but I don't feel like this movie, and everybody knows I'm very harsh about things, I don't feel like this is the Garfield in the veins of what we know.
What you know.
Or what we, yeah, what you, what anybody
I don't remember.
Anybody from the 80s, you've seen I got the movie in there.
Right.
So, or the cartoon show. So anybody that remembers the syndicated show, you're going to be 100% disappointed. Because this, like, you only get, Irma, the gray cat, was only in the movie for like 20 seconds at the end credits.
The gray cat?
Yeah, so you didn't even see Irma. My point. So, the movie itself was not bad. It just could not hold my attention because the plot, this is the same, a little bit of problem with Despicable Me 4, but they covered it up better. We knew exactly what had to happen in this movie after 30 minutes into it.
Yeah.
It was a redemption story of the father, and it was all really...
But see, I was okay with Despicable Me, the way that they basically ruined the movie for someone. Because like you said, they had a good... It flowed together but good. Like, you knew what was going to happen, yet you didn't know exactly how it was going to happen.
Right.
And this one, it kind of seemed more like, oh, I'm going to be able to guess what you're doing.
Right. And it was as soon as the father started telling his side of the story, and you seen the original story from Garfield's side, and then once you get his side, they kind of form a bond, and now they got to save everybody. Right,
because Garfield had his point of what happened, and the dad had his point of what happened.
And then the dad had a clarification from the people that were at the dogs and cats that were at the animal shelter.
Yeah,
pound. So, not bad in the story department, but it was just like there was no character development. The dad just pops out of nowhere in a gray cape, and he's like, I'm here to save you.
Let's go, Junior.
Let's go, Junior.
Yeah.
And I really want to know where the mama's at. Like, you've hit him since he was a baby. Like, did the mama get hit by a car?
Right.
What happened to the mama? So if they make
Did you grab Garfield out of the litter and just take off with him?
Right.
So not only are you an estranged father, you're a kidnapper.
Right. So I want to know the deeper stories. and you got good points because that's what people do now. That's how
and as adults, that's how we process it. And I think that this is a good kid movie. Like a younger kid movie. Yeah. Not necessarily Asher's age, but maybe Luke's age.
Right.
I thought that there were some good parts in it. It was funny. It made me giggle. I thought the effects were really nice. Knowing some of the voices and being familiar with some of the voices, I enjoyed that.
What was the voice of the father? Please let it be Samuel L. Jackson. Yeah, so that's what it was. Samuel L. Jackson tied me in.
Okay. Yeah, and see, like, it was a decent movie, but it's probably not something I'm going to go back and watch again.
No.
So it's going to go in line of, okay, I'll put it on my watch list that I've already seen. It was okay. It was all right. I might recommend it to you because you have kids, and I'm going to say, let your kids watch this. But it's not one that I'm going to be like, I'm not going to take to Alyssa and be like, here, watch this movie because you'll like it, because you like cartoons.
Right.
It's not going to be that type of movie.
And see, with me, like, this is the problem that I had. It's just like, you had to build up to the comedy.
Yeah.
When I got the comedy, like when it was fast-paced with eating food or something like that, I like that comedy because it gives me my Garfield feel. But being someone that has invested time into Jim Davis and Garfield and used to read the comic and all that other stuff, this is a disservice to fans, to the new generation. It's sort of like how if someone had just took the steps like they did for Super Mario movie to make it where people can enjoy it even though they're not part of that universe.
Right.
and when they did Super Mario movie, and I hate to compare it.
Well, I mean, I think that this is a good, if you've never watched Garfield before and you don't know what's going on, I mean, I think this is a good place for you to watch, because you get the gist of it. Garfield's an overweight cat that sits around and eats human food all the time and is lazy. He uses and abuses Odie to take care of him, and he's got him mentally, like, brainwashed to be his slave. That's what I'm getting from the movie. And, like, you correct me if I'm wrong, but that's what Garfield is, right?
Right.
A manipulator.
Right, basically. He's a hardcore manipulator. Yeah. And he makes John, like, he cuts John down bad, too. He's disrespectful.
Right.
And in this
so maybe
one,
I might have to change my mind. I don't recommend this for kids.
Yeah.
Like, after hearing my own explanation. Because why would I want my child to sit around and think that it's okay for you to sit there and wait on that person hand and foot? Do everything they say, bring them food, take care of them, clean the house, do this, do that. Go work your butt off to take care of this. I understand that it's just a cat, but
he really got that power, though.
People interpret things too much. Is that what I'm trying to say? Not interpret, but they do those things.
Right.
Let me be a cat, because
Right, because they just say whatever. So on this note, this movie
that took a turn.
Yeah. So on that note, like, this movie is dumpster juice for me.
Okay.
And there's too many great animated films, and there's too many new franchises. Like, you can take a movie that we reviewed and go back and definitely check out this episode, Migration.
I love that movie.
Migration is its own franchise. It had nothing to jump off of. It had no help from nobody.
Yeah.
It just, the story tied you in.
It is what it is.
The story tied you in. You want a sequel now.
Yeah.
After watching this,
where are they going on their next vacation?
Right. After this, the only way this thing would make sense is if Nickelodeon has a TV show that's aligned with this, and they may have one. This may be the movie to tie into it, or this may be from the TV show to a movie. I don't know that, because, like I said, I'm not that deep into it. But the best thing you can do with this movie, if you honestly want to watch it, give it a few weeks. You know that Nickelodeon and Paramount are together. Just watch it on Paramount Plus when it comes out.
Okay. So here's my final thought. If you take out the politics of it and you don't overanalyze it, like I just did there a few seconds ago, it's a decent movie. It had its funny parts. I'm glad I watched it. I didn't think it was dumpster juice, in my opinion. I might recommend it if I find somebody that can handle the crude humor that just went through my head. And I might tell you to watch it, give it a shot, see if you like it. That's okay. But it's not something that I'm going to bring up or probably ever talk about again in the future. Okay.
Now, everyone, the great thing that you can do with us is you can interact with us via email. And that's sparrowsunderreview@gmail.com.
You can also find us on Instagram. Same thing, Sparrows Under Review. And then something JR is trying to pull me into is called Letterboxd. You can create an account. As far as I know, it's free. Is it set up kind of like other platforms? They can follow us and see what we like.
Yes.
Or what we watch. Because we don't always do a review about what we watch. And then sometimes JR will go on there and stuff that we've watched in the past. He'll go ahead and fill out the survey and let people know what he thought individually and stuff like that. But if you have any movie recommendations, TV show recommendations, books, music, anything like that you want to hear us talk about or ramble about, or maybe you're just curious if we align in the same thought process when it comes to certain things, just shoot us a message on Instagram or send us an email and let us know what you want to hear next.
So on that note, I'm JR.
And I'm Stacie.